It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Scotch. Here it goes down and through my belly.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg N Bottle, with the best selection of bourbon, whiskey, tequila, private section bottles, and more.
My problem is I drink too much, way too much.
Yeah.
I get my doctor a urine specimen. There was an all of it.
Now, let's pour some drinks.
We are pouring drinks here on a Bar Card Friday. A very, very special Bar Card Friday with Fuji Japanese Whisky in the studio here. Mixing up drinks behind the bar. We got Dan from Fuji Japanese Whisky. How are you, Dan?
I'm great. How you guys?
Oh, fantastic. As always, Tony Conjo, owner-operator, Keg N Bottle here in studio.
What's up, everybody? Everything
that we talk about today, you can find at any Keg N Bottle location. There are 10 around San Diego, and then there are several more around the country. How many more do you got now?
3 more. So 2 open in Chicago, and I'm actually flying out Sunday to Michigan to help make that one happen.
Okay, all right. And then 1 in Santa Barbara still.
1 in Santa Barbara, that's right. A little north. That's been around since 2004, so a good 22 years run over there at UCSB.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
One of my buddies from college, and actually from high school, who went to UCSD, UCSB, that's what I meant. He saw one of our posts last week or 2 weeks ago and says, dude, I went to that Keg N Bottle all the time. It's right next to Isla Vista, right?
It's in Isla Vista.
Yeah.
So I run into people all kinds of different places, and I'll be wearing the shirt, and they'll be like, oh, my God. You know? UCSB?
God, you provided all the booze for Deltopia for how many years?
Until it became illegal.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fantastic. But guess what? If you are not near one of those locations, you can go to kegnbottle.com and pick yourself up some Fuji Japanese whiskey, which you're going to want to do here because, look, we've already we had the show a little bit earlier before the YouTube show here, and it's absolutely magnificent. We've had a couple tastes, but we are really going to get into it now. And you know what? I think we're in for a good one here on a Bar Card Friday. Dan, Fuji Japanese Whiskey, how long has the brand been around?
So the brand's been 50 years old. It was a collaboration with Seagram's and Chivas. They got together, and that's where you get like the American and the Canadians together kind of making it. And they brought the Scotch together with Japan and blended it all. We're the only distillery actually in Japan that has all 4 styles of pot stills, column stills, the doublers. We're the only one that has it all on one facility. Everybody else has to different areas has to bring it in.
So the different stills will give you a different process, obviously, of how it tastes when it comes out. The doubler is put in there to up the proof.
The doubler is the American bourbon one. So yeah,
okay.
And then you get the Canadian style where you get the rye, and then you have the 2 Scottish styles. So it's interesting how they blend it all together.
Is the doubler also called the thumper, the thump keg?
It's been called that before, yeah.
Okay, and it's just because the noise it makes as it's bringing that proof up, it thumps, and that let you know it works.
Look at you.
Yeah. Listen,
you're an expert.
In the past few years here, as we've been doing Keg N Bottle Bar Card Fridays, Tony's taught me a lot, guys. And I don't know.
I don't even know why I come. You guys got this covered.
No. You need to be here because we will say something stupid like, I only remember Thumper because it's just a fun name for me.
I thought that's where you were going.
Yeah. You thought that they called me the Thumper in high school?
I thought we were going to have to send you for a lap.
I was a late bloomer. I was almost 18. Before they called me Thumper.
Right, man. No, you're just asking for a laugh. By the way, YouTube now, subscribe, like, do everything. And Dan, FCC doesn't apply anymore. So if you want to swear, curse, you want, go for it.
Here comes the Italian out of
right,
me.
Right. But remember, your boss is watching.
We've got a couple Italians. We're surrounded. We've got Sandro over here.
Yeah, Sandro, you brought us in some olive oil last week from your family's olive vineyard in Italy.
Have you been taking 2 tablespoons every day?
I have not, but I did do 2 tablespoons in a bowl with a little bit of freshly cracked pepper and some sourdough bread, and I fell in love.
Yeah. So my mother, Nonna they call her, she's going to be here September 30th for Extra Virgin Olive Oil Day.
That's right.
It's booked.
Yeah, it's booked. It's on the books.
And she's going to teach you every morning you need to take 2
tablespoons. Oh my gosh.
Of olive oil.
So the only reason I haven't is because I don't want it to all go away. It's so tasty.
Don't worry, I'll bring more.
Okay. We know the source. We know the source as we do the Fuji Japanese whiskey now, Dan. But you cracked open the first bottle, and it's the single grain. Is that what we're going to taste
You're
first?
having the single grain first. So
okay.
This is going to be 9 to 21-year-old juice you're going to get on here. They're blending. You're going to take, if you sniff it, typically when I do it, I'll smell it a couple times. I'll put it in my mouth, kind of really suck some wind in and really get it going. You will get raspberry on here, which is one of the weird hints on there. I always love, I mean, they put these descriptions, sometimes they should be artists that write these things. We're actually pretty good, but I mean, my favorite are always like Scotland. They're like, oh, it tastes like Christmas cake. I'm like, nobody in America knows what a Christmas cake is.
Christmas cake?
It's for fruit cake. But
fruit cake.
But nobody ever knows what it is. So it's like these descriptions, and the best way to do it is like give a couple descriptors and let people figure out what it is. There's really no wrong answer. It's about what you're going to smell and taste.
So is there fruit in the mash?
No, what typically is where they're getting the mash builds from, and where they're getting, even the barrels from, and how they're doing it. It could be, this must be by some sort of raspberry field or something. I mean,
interesting.
Yeah,
the terroir.
Yeah, exactly.
What a word!
Another word for you.
I know.
What a word! The terroir.
So that's basically what's, like he's saying, what's nearby, and it pulls from the roots.
Interesting.
So if there's a fig tree nearby, it could pull from that, or rock fruit, or anything, like he's saying, these berries.
Very Italian figs are. We learned that because Fletch.
This goes back to Tony and I's old wine days 26 years ago.
Yeah, Dan and I go way back. So we've done some damage in the past.
No, good point, TD. We have a lot of Italians in the room right now. Maybe we can settle this once and for all.
Okay.
Figs, an Italian thing.
That's right.
My Nona had a fig tree in the front yard.
Mine too.
Ours was brought away from back home in Piedmont, where we have a winery. They brought it all the way back to San Francisco plant. My dad took the grafts and Sonoma things. I mean, my friends and the culinary guys are like, damn, bring me some figs. I'm like, all right, here we go.
You have to have figs wrapped in prosciutto.
Thank you. Of course. And fig spread goes on everything. Pizzas in the pizza oven, you put fig spread instead of sauce down. It's
I don't
delicious.
know, bro. I'm Middle Eastern. We did figs as well. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys can claim this.
I thought you were doing dates.
We do that too.
Whoa, dates and figs.
The cradle of civilization.
My family's from Searcy, Arkansas. We had an outhouse. It was a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun.
What was the terroir in near the outhouse?
The terroir was dirt. A lot of
very musty.
Yeah, a lot of. It was for some reason always radiating heat. But yeah, so that's what we stood by to stay warm during Christmas time. It was the memories. When I'm sniffing this, when I'm getting the nose, am I going to smell the fruit as well?
You should get it. Passing kind of through, you'll start getting kind of those hints of raspberry, oranges, and stuff off it. You'll start getting those hints. And then you get some sweetness. So you get like a creamy finish. That's what you get on this one. Actually, all ours really have kind of, except for the malt. But the other
is there wheat in it? Is there?
No, this is all corn and rye, pretty much.
Wow.
And shockingly,
you still get that creamy finish.
Yeah, there's shockingly more. I was wrong until I got corrected by Joda Tanaka, who's our master distiller, telling us there was more corn than rye, which I was surprised, because usually on the rye you get that sweetness and the smell you're getting, which is easy to detect. I did not know the mash bill. That he will never tell me the mash bill, because obviously blends change every year, so he doesn't want to be held to it. Generally, though, it's probably like, it's pretty close to what he says.
Wow, I mean, this is absolutely incredible. It's a very, very tasty drink, and this bottle here is $50.
$50. The complexity, like you're saying, the tastiness and the complexity is crazy for your entry level.
Yeah.
So I know you guys originally came to market at a much higher price point, because you're competing with people that have been they're commanding $200 a bottle for their brand, right?
Yeah, I mean, funny story with that stuff with Yamazaki and Nika years ago when I was working at Campari. You remember those days? It's like Isla Vista was my stomping grounds of selling cases there with Sky. But I mean, you literally just couldn't. I mean, where it was coming in at Yamazaki, you couldn't give it away. I would come to you like, nobody wanted to try Japanese whiskeys, and all of a sudden it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
Then the prices went crazy. Well, we're a 50-year-old distillery. We've only been in the for about a year in the U.S. So our distribution's light. And I came in and kind of told them the same thing, like, hey, listen, we gotta take this down, get people's consumers going on it. We have some stuff coming, a 12 and 18-year-old coming in the next year, which the number game is always the game, unfortunately. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best whiskey. I argue this all the time with that stuff.
What was it? Isla who?
Isla Vista.
Isla Vista.
We're the Santa Barbara story.
Isla Fisher.
Yeah, I was thinking Isla Fisher. I was a big fan. Still am a big fan of Isla Fisher. So Isla, if you're watching.
This may have been the Martarv talking you were doing or whatever, the soil stuff, but is the water is from Mount Fuji?
That's a cocktail.
No, what's the
terroir?
But the water comes from Mount Fuji.
So the distillery is literally on the base of Mount Fuji. It's 7 miles from base to tip. on Mount Fuji. I mean, you look at it, it's
That's
just
crazy.
screaming there, right there. I mean, it's an active volcano, so I don't want to be there if that thing goes off. But
Can you imagine 7 miles from base to tip?
and so you, yeah,
I mean, good Lord, you kill somebody.
yeah. But it takes 50 years for the ice to melt to get to the aquifers. So I mean, imagine back in the day when Coors, when my dad was going up to Colorado getting Coors with the the water source.
Yeah,
It's like that. And
So, but the water source itself, is that part of the mash in process?
the water source is always the key to everything of Scotch, bourbon, no matter who you talk about. I mean, it's always about the water source. I mean, and that's always been a thing. I mean, when you go there, they basically just give you a cup and you're drinking the water. It's like the coldest, clearest water. I'm like, oh, can we bottle this? Can we make some money on this thing?
Right. So if you were like, let's go back to grade school, and those refrigerated water fountains that, I mean, elite. Now, how would you rank it to that? Better than that?
It's elite. I mean, I always joke. What was that?
You're saying better than hose water?
saying better than icy cold hose water?
I mean, I grew up with hose water, so I'm not laughing. But I mean, I always joke. What was it? Hot tub time machine, where he's like, oh, I'm going to create like a water. He's like, I'm going to create a Lugal. I'm like, no, I would have created a water bottle.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. It's pretty incredible. The story behind it, the lore, the like the water source is really, really cool. Do you use the same water to temper it down?
Yeah. I mean, they're doing everything's coming from that water source.
I mean, it tastes so.
What's the proof on this first one that we're doing? So, and the water source, while he's getting that, is super important. I mean, Kentucky is, one of our bourbon capitals of the world, right? And theirs is because of the limestone.
Oh, right.
Because it leaches through there. So it could still be bourbon anywhere in the country, but a lot comes there because of the water source.
Google is telling me is the water actually for Fuji, it takes 50 years to journey through the mountain's volcanic rock before reaching the aquifer just beneath the distillery.
It's using the volcanic rock just like the limestone.
Yeah.
Hey, Fletch, I love you.
Did someone already say that?
He said that like 10 seconds
I told you.
I'm actually glad he confirmed it. I'm like,
fact check.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to do this whole time. So
you're
far
listening
you
at
passed.
home, rewind it.
It's all right. Kat's not here. Usually she's the person that does that.
Yeah. So Dan, once you screw up, you're out. All right. So we're
feeding us any BS.
We're going to keep you in check. But I was going to say it tastes so pure and clean.
It's very clean. It's got some really nice notes. And I think, if you're into Japanese whiskey or really any whiskey, you definitely need to just add this to your collection because it's easy, it's affordable. And by the way, when your friends come over and you go, hey, I got Japanese whiskey, they don't know you only paid $50. So they think you're splurging.
But that's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Now, most Japanese whiskeys in our store, the entry level is $100.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they're it's not cheap. Yeah. And in these lineup right here, the most expensive one is $100. Right?
Which when we get to, man, I mean, it's absolutely mind blowing. This, if you have a gift to give at some point, this is the one. I mean, this. The entry level, which would be a everyday sipper, tastes like that you're breaking that out for special occasions.
Correct. Yep. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And if you watch this video like 5 years from now and the price is $100 and then going to $200, don't be mad. You just missed out. You should have did it early.
Right.
This is kind of just like to get it out in the market and everyone tries it.
If you bought it in SpaceX, you same thing, man. Right.
What was the combo pack you have? Where it's
there's a combo pack. It's all 3 bottles. It's $200. Spectacular deal.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what you do. Okay. We were taught this long ago by another whiskey bourbon maker. You buy one to rock and one to stock. Okay. Right. So you get 2 of those 3 packs for $200. One you keep, you open up, you sip on. The other one, just wait on it for a little bit. Yep. Wait on it.
That was always the problem with collecting because it was like, when you're early on this thing, we were getting those bottles for cheap, because we were coming out with our Rand Macallan and stuff like that. It was like, but this thing is like nowadays, you're like, okay, yeah, you got to buy 2, but wait, can I afford 2?
Right. Yeah. But and this is also a bottle that looks cool on the shelf. You got a bar, you got a shelf somewhere that you've got your favorite sippers on. Put that one on it.
Well, the best part about this is every punt on the thing has Mount Fuji on the bottom.
Oh, no way. So the punt is the bottom of the bottle that goes in. And I can see it now. Yeah, it's Mount Fuji there on the bottom. That is super cool.
Yeah. So I had an account in San Francisco who never bought anything from me. And I was like, all of a sudden he's like, oh, all right, I'll take all 3 of those. Those are bad.
Right.
A punt sold it. So who knows? But I mean, it is cool. that they did that. It's not, that's never really a cheap process to do. So that's a good thing.
What is the purpose of the punt other than to look cool?
I mean, normally you just have a normal thing. I mean, actually, some of the cool old bourbons have the punts where they have like the ashtray on the bottom. And so the story with that was, I learned this in San Francisco, the old Prohibition bars would have holes here. And they'd flip them over when they came in because they had ashtray holes in there. So the last one to do it was Templeton, I think, used to do.
Yeah, Templeton.
And it had an ashtray. So when you flipped it over, they just like sit there and like it was an ashtray smoking.
Oh, they were hiding.
Yeah, they were hiding it. Yeah. So if the cops came in.
Yes. So when they busted, they would know they're at the door. They'd flip them all over in the hole.
Okay.
Just, dirty them up or whatever and just throw another thing. So
we got to cut a hole.
The other reason.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Now, I like that reason more than the wine reason. The wine reason, the punt is for the sommeliers when they're pouring for their thumb to go in.
Yeah.
Got it.
Their thumb goes in and they, nicely pour.
They don't cover the label.
Yes.
They don't, if it's cold, they don't warm it up because it's going through their hand over
you got
the neck.
sweaty palms, man. That thing turns into a slippery
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm nervous because I'm talking about
bigger punts and others.
Yeah. Then it happens. I mean, it's fine. It's just genetics, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. So the one question that Fletch brought up on the show, Big Rich TD and Fletch, you said, what's the difference between Japanese whiskey and American whiskey? What is the difference?
The main difference is just the way they're getting produced and styled. Bourbon's got their own style. They have to fall. You got to be 51% corn. It's got to be the water source. Got to be bottled there. What was happening a few years ago is people were taking the bourbons before they changed or really hammered that law down. They're taking it and going across to Indiana, other places to make it for cheaper and call it bourbon. It can't. So they changed it. Japanese is doing the same thing now. Years ago, how bourbons and Four Roses was one of our companies. How they got collaborated into this was they were bringing bourbons in the 70s, weren't selling here to Japan and Europe and selling them for cheap. And that's how they started working with them. So now what was happening once Yamazaki Nikka went crazy, they basically started bringing bourbons in to Japan, bottling it at some plant, and then saying, oh, it's Japanese whiskey, and vice versa, taking Japanese whiskey and taking it to, Vietnam and, half the cost and doing it. So next year kind of starts a thing, Yamazaki, Nikka, Fuji, about 5 others are the core ones that you're going to have a stamp. You have to follow the procedures, water, bottle, everything there. If you don't do it, it's gone. We have both Yamazaki and Nikka and us have a world blend that we're basically discontinuing for those reasons, because it doesn't follow the same procedures they have to do. So
interesting.
They're kind of getting rid of them now.
So is pricing going to go up? What's going to happen to the consumer from that perspective?
Oh no, for this or for
just in general, you mentioned a couple other brands. Do you feel like if they're going to be using only sourcing out of Japan?
What we're trying to get to is, if this goes public, will this do better?
Do we need to buy some shares
SpaceX? That's just all we're trying.
They're
to
trying to do like champagne or Pecorino Romano. It has to be from a certain area.
Yeah,
right?
correct. Yeah, so it's got to be it's got to be bottled, bonded. Everything's got to be done there, water source and stuff. But I don't think they'll go up. I don't think they'll go up. I think they know they're at their limit where they need to be.
Okay.
I can't speak for the guys who are up top, but right now I'm like,
how about supply chain? Do you think the supply will still be there?
Great question, Tony. Great question.
That's going to go down. Like if they're sourcing from U.S., Canada, whatnot. If they're only having to do their own from Japan,
well, they'll still do the sourcing and stuff. You can still do all that. So you can still source the
juice,
the stuff. You can source the juice, but you can source the grains, everything. Nothing's going to change there. It's just it's the process they have to follow. You'll see some stuff jump up, I'm sure, but I don't think you're going to see anything crazy.
Because some of those brands you mentioned are hard to get these days, right? And that's what's cool about this. I'm feeling like we have an unlimited supply. About unlimited, but I know the last time I ordered,
it's going to be quite the day.
We do. It's a weird thing. I wish I would. I'll show you guys the pictures afterwards. But when I was just there, when you got to see their bottling or where their barrels are, they have. It's 2 football fields long. And that's how big this distillery is. They are all automated, which I had to call bourbon companies out here. I'm like, that I knew guys. I'm like, do you guys ever seen this? They're like, no, it's on basically a boom line. And the computer is telling them like to pick these 4, bring them down. We want to check where they're at and where they're going. It goes 60, 70 feet high.
Wow.
Wow.
So, I mean, when you see the pictures of it, you're crazy. They only need 2-4 guys working, 10-hour shifts or whatever, doing this thing and flip them out.
So they're related to Elon then.
Yeah. I mean, it's all automated. I was like,
Wow.
this is nuts. But I mean, to see how high those barrels were going, I'm like, you guys do have earthquakes here, right?
Hey, Dan, I got a question.
Yeah.
Maybe Fletch can help. Does it pay a tariff? Does stuff from Japan pay a tariff?
And how much?
Pretty sure it is.
They do. I think they're on I think they agreed early to that standard 10 or whatever it was. But I think we were ahead of the game and we loaded up the US before the tariffs came.
Wow.
I'm glad you asked me on that one, Sandro. What Dan said.
Yeah.
You're not going to look it up on Google.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2.
Yeah, you nailed it. Fletch, what percentage of the total volume is
$69.99.
Okay, all right. $69.99 is the price of the next
Number
bottle
2. Let's go to that.
that was opened up here. Now, what is the next bottle we're tasting?
So this is the single blended. I actually think it's more of a traditional Japanese in a sense of the smoothest. You're going to get the same thing we were talking about earlier. You get some apricots and stuff on it. Really creamy finish on the back. But when I describe it drinking, so like, some people that have never tried Japanese, I tend to tell them, because you get the nuttiness on it, and that's where I go. You think like high end Irish, so like you're thinking like Napoleon Castle, Middleton's, which are like the cream of the creams. You get that nuttiness, so you can taste the oak and stuff on this guy a little bit, but it's not overpowering.
I love this.
Yeah,
I absolutely love this. This so far my favorite as well. I mean, absolutely incredible. You know what's weird is when on the nose, you almost get the creaminess on the nose.
Yeah.
It's just so smooth, and then just a little bit of a heat just on the back end after you swallow it down. God, it's good, man.
Yeah.
Real good.
It's also one of those ones too that I find that we're running other companies. When we're trying to get scotches, like how do you get women to drink scotch? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, if the bottle's $69 a bottle or selling it into an on-premise account, it's really hard to make a cocktail for that to work. And bourbon sometimes can be a little too harsh for the women consumer as well, because it just got it's abrupt to
Right.
But same token, I think Irish and Japan have that style where it's actually easy drinking that goes to women consumers. So I'm finding out a lot of times when girls are drinking it, they're like, "Oh man, this is really smooth. This is whiskey." I'm like,
I feel like they would love either one of the first one or the second one we had as a woman consumer. And I've cheated. I've already tried the third one, but that palate, that woman palate that you're describing, is definitely right down the alley of these two.
Yep.
And what's different about these two from other Japanese ones, a lot of times those ones more have that single malt taste, right? So maybe the medicinal, the peatiness, right? That is off-putting to a woman's palate.
Yeah, I think, well, the next one you're getting into, and it goes into a lot of like the competitors that are really strong in this category. You got to remember when Japan really got going with these whiskeys, they were getting sent to Scotland,
right?
And that was what they were getting taught, so you're going to get that peatiness to it, that abruptness to it, where you get smokiness to it. And I think that is, when you get a guy that says, I don't like scotch, it's usually because, oh, did you have an Oban first for your first scotch? Because that'll ruin it. And I love those, but you're drinking that all day. It's like a mezcal these days. People say they don't like mezcal. I'm like, well, maybe you have the wrong mezcal. But I mean, honestly, it's one of those things. If you're going to drink mezcal, you're drinking mezcal all night. So
right.
This guy's kind of an homage to it. This is a single malt. You're going to get a little bit of that peatiness to it. 100% single malt. Or malt, and but the thing on this guy is you're going to get a little bit, but it's not over the top, but it's perfect. I mean, if you got a guy that likes cigars and stuff, this is who
so your mezcal guy, your Scotch guy,
your Islay guys,
those are all going to be guys that for this last
and this is $100 a bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, what a steal! That is absolutely amazing. I will say, if you wanted to help the women consumer, we just watched F1 at our house. I think if you had Brad Pitt drink it, it would help. Especially my wife, she would. So I don't know.
She bought an F1 car.
We bought an F1
Nice.
car, which is pretty exciting. But she said I couldn't drive it. I had to wait until Brad Pitt showed up, which is a little bit of a bummer. But it is cool to have in the garage.
I think anytime you get like some consumer behind it like that gets behind it, you crank it out. We've all done the celebrity thing for a long time.
When the celebrity thing happens, like a celebrity has a brand, is it Is it actually their brand, or they just got behind somebody who Dan decided to make a liquor?
Yeah, I mean, I think Tony can speak on it as well as I can. The thing is, the guys that,
but he won't.
I'll speak on his behalf. It's like a lot of the guys, they see, George Clooney or some of these guys, make a ton of money on this deal, but those guys went out and worked the market. I mean, they were out seeing the suppliers, the distributors coming on your show, going to hang out at Tony's place. There's so many guys that put it on, and they they'll go do a couple shows and whatever, and then they don't do anything again. It's like, I mean, no offense. I mean, even the Breaking Bad guys, what they did is like they were going out and doing, celebrity bar things. But then I haven't seen him, it's like he's busy working, but I haven't seen Jesse doing anything lately. So
didn't you have them at your place, Tony?
We did.
Cranston, yeah. And then they popped up at like Costco and stuff. That was cool.
Oh, wow.
So he's absolutely right. The guys that really work it and work their connections make it happen. And there's guys that, like you just said, put their name behind it and never even make an appearance. There was a beer one that flopped. I won't say his name. And, it was a big pop artist. And then it wasn't good. So I think the guy never tried it. Right. And then B, he never promoted it.
So they cut him a check.
And there's two things. There's a license agreement, and then if they're equity owners, they're going to work it a lot harder.
Right.
So it depends how you structure it.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, totally. There's a big part of that.
Who's the girl from Parks and Rec?
Aubrey Plaza.
Plaza.
Dude, you're so good with names.
Yeah. Thank you, Fletch.
That's one thing I got down.
Yeah,
especially Aubrey Plaza knowledge.
That was like a half a second.
Right.
Well, I was thinking about it too because she has her not tequila brand. It's a triple sec, I think.
But I haven't seen it.
Right.
I saw a few ads and then it went away.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, unless Aubrey's coming on the show.
Tony,
we'll have to work that. We've got a special guest coming next week. So
Ooh, how about that? Aubrey Plaza may have not tasted Fuji Japanese whiskey. Before she did whatever she was doing, because this is amazing. And you mixed up a drink here.
Yeah, the first one you guys had there is the traditional highball. So I used pretty much equal parts single grain the single grain with just Fever Tree. I like to use the lemon one. They have a yuzu right now. It mixes real good with that if you find that.
You know what's, I don't know if it's weird or crazy or whatever, but I feel like I'm rich when I'm drinking this. I mean, like, this is money, man. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, yeah, that's right. I am a singular shareholder of SpaceX.
You see what it's doing, man? We're shooting to the moon.
Wait, what? I bought it for $138. What's it worth now? $137?
No, dude, you've already made like $40.
I'm gonna sell. Immediately.
No. We got to wait $10 more and then we can get a free bottle, right? Because
that's what I'm talking about.
We got to be smart.
That's what I'm talking about. If I make $50 on it, I am immediately buying a bottle of Fuji Japanese whiskey.
But I'm saying here, there's going to be a pullback. So I have a offer to buy at $150.
Okay.
It needs to pull back to $150, and then I buy a few.
Well, it's currently at $173.
Yeah.
Wow. I am so good at stock trading.
Play this back in a couple months.
No, in 25 years when it splits and divides 25 times, then we're all rich.
I am. You know what's fun is I bought my first house in the year 2000 for $99,000. Wow. Okay, so 2 years later I sold it for $150. Yeah. And then I bought my next house for $180, and I sold that one for $360,000. And I thought, I am a real estate mogul. I am so good at this.
What are those houses worth now?
Well, I'm probably a little more than that now. But I then bought my third house for $304,000. Sold it for $180,000. So pretty good, guys. What's also cool is I spent all kinds of money on a pool, and I bought a car and a go-kart because, of course, I needed a go-kart. I'm broke now.
At least you just bought a boat.
Yeah. I did buy a boat. And you know what?
Was that a good day?
Fuji Japanese whiskey is good on that boat. Yeah.
You know
what? That boat was a good, but the boat purchase was a good day.
That was a good day.
It was a good day. Are you saying my next better day will be when I sell the boat?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The next good day is
after the show. I'll tell you all about that.
The next good day is when we all show up with Fuji and hang out on your boat.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
And speaking of a drink like this, would be very sessionable on a boat.
Oh my gosh.
I've been drinking this the whole time. Mine's gone.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I mean, I'm legit. This is, it's just so smooth. It's so easy. This is perfect. And I know this is being filmed right before Father's Day. If you're watching this right now, buy this for your dad. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely
If not,
amazing.
you watch it later, buy it for his birthday.
That's right.
If you're
that's
watching
right.
later than that, buy it for Christmas.
Right. Oh, yeah. You know what?
Just
It'd
saying.
be as a good back to school gift for your
There you go.
parents because the kids are going back to school.
Tony, we don't talk enough about your engraving, but this bottle
Yes.
does kind of set up nicely for it. Can you put whatever you want on the engraving?
We can put whatever you want. We've
Like if
done
TD's kid wanted to buy a bottle for him, he could put "F you, Dad" on it.
F you, Dad. we can even do a logo, so
That's
maybe
nice.
the logo could be his picture. You know, his
Yeah.
little
Do they
frame,
have
you
to
know.
pay by the letter? Because my kids would just put FU.
F you? But you know what? But they get like 26 characters per line, so it could be like F you, F you, F you,
Oh,
F you in caps, exclamation point. Did I mention
really nice?
F you?
Wow. Yeah, because 26 characters, you could put it. Did I mention?
I could see Caleb doing that.
Yeah, I could. Yes. My youngest son Caleb, and my daughter Haley both.
Haley wouldn't do that to you.
No. Haley wouldn't do that because she wouldn't buy me anything. No, not at all.
I have daughters, so I understand.
Yeah, right. But they got to work over at Keg N Bottle
So-
during the Christmas season.
So maybe I'll teach them how to engrave, and we'll see what they
Love
do
it.
for you.
What is this drink here that was made?
So this is
Looks
the
like blood.
this is the famous bourbon and branch San Francisco Black Manhattan. So this does well. This thing blends amazing with it. You're going to basically do 2 ounces of Fuji. Either one of these two are fine. You do 1 ounce of the Averna, and then just a couple sprinkles of the orange bitters.
Okay, all right, and then you put it in a fancy glass.
Put it in a fancy
What
glass.
is Averna?
Amaro.
Come on, you don't know?
It's an Amaro.
Amaro.
Yeah, it's an Amaro,
It's
dude.
basically a high-end Fernet.
You should know.
It's
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
such Italian. I
I've
should
seen
know
that.
that.
It's a high-end Vernet, dude. Come on.
That's with an F.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Fernet.
Fernet,
Oh,
idiot.
like the plant.
Yeah.
Got it.
The black, the
It's a female plant.
the black Cabernet, as we call it in San
The
Francisco.
first time I had Fernet, the guy goes, "You're gonna hate this." He goes, "It tastes like ass." And I'm like, "And you're trying
my
to sell me?
God.
You're trying to sell this to me,
This
right?"
is so good.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
is so good.
and I'm not a bartender by any means these days, but I mean, honestly, if you get a real bartender to make that thing great.
Right. Oh my
Yeah.
God. What are you talking about? This is phenomenal. If this is the taste of ass,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sign me up. But this is unbelievable.
Taking you back to your roots.
Yep. All the way back to my days growing up with the outhouse in the front yard. Man, we cut down our fig tree. Some Italian people owned our house before we moved in. We cut it down. We put the outhouse up. This
is the tarwar you were going for.
This is the tarwar. God, there are so many words that I will not remember from this show.
Yeah, I still don't know that one. Can we get a replay on what's tarwar?
Yeah, so it's the whatever's planted near the fruit that you're growing or the
Okay.
grain. So like, you know, in Napa, let's say they're growing the grapes, but then if there's an orange orchard or like figs or grapes or anything else that's nearby, walnuts, that will
It's kind of like we used to do a sports adjacent show, so that
Yeah.
wine might be walnut adjacent wine.
yeah.
Ah, right,
Except
right,
it'll
right.
come
Tarwar.
through. It'll come through in the in the taste of the wine.
Same thing with flowers. Doesn't have to be a fruit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever's nearby.
It's almost
And
like
they'll actually plant strategically certain things that they're trying to get to come through.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Right.
And it works.
Yeah,
So it's a thing.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong. I mean, my always favorite is like the wine guys are like, "That's a terroir." They go,
Oh, yeah, the way they say it, right?
They're like, "Oh, are you getting you're getting like goose this and stone fruit that?" I'm like, "All right, man."
Stone
like-
fruit.
Yeah.
So wait, a stone fruit, is that like nuts? Is that, are we talking like pistachios?
Well, my favorite is always gooseberries. They're like, do you
Oh, is
smell
that
the
a stone
gooseberries?
fruit?
I'm like, gooseberry has no smell.
Wait a minute, I thought gooseberries were made up for Willy Wonka.
No, it just sounds like a cool name.
Man, oh man, it's a Bar Cart Friday, and we were having a good time with Fuji Japanese Whiskey all morning long here. You know what? And you should have a good time with it as well. Go to kegnbottle.com. We're talking $50 for the entry level. Then you get to the Japanese blend at $70, and then you can take it to the single malt for $100 or get the 3-pack.
Get the 3-pack.
Save some money, $200.
And then keep your eye out because there's some other special releases coming down the pike.
Ooh.
So there'll be some other good ones. So by the time you log on, you might see some good stuff there. So for those higher end marks.
And get ready for Christmas. There might be a JV in the works.
Oh, man, Kegnog on the way. Dan from Fuji Japanese Whiskey, thank you so much for joining us today. Man, it's been a fantastic day. Tony from Keg N Bottle. If you are near a Keg N Bottle location if you've never been into a Keg N Bottle and you're near a Keg N Bottle location, walk on in. We call it the Hogwarts of liquor. It is literally, I mean, your stores are just packed to the gills with bottles. It's a fun place just to walk in. Especially if you are over the age of 21, right,
yes,
Tony?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Come on in. We'll take care of you. We'll find you something and teach you how to make these drinks.
Man, we can't wait. Thank you again, Dan. Fuji Japanese Whiskey on a Bar Card Friday. Get you some. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.